Assalamu alaikum viewers, I am Muhammad Rouf. This is Political Science class 10th, chapter number 2, Federalism. I am from International Islamic School, Milatabad, Pirbagh. Okay, now discuss the topics. The topic first in this chapter will be what is federalism. The next topic will be what makes India a federal country, and the third topic will be how is federalism practiced. Fourth topic is decentralization in India. Okay, now move on to the next slide. We will start with the topic 1, what is. So federalism is a system of government in which entities such as states or provinces share power with a national government. Like we see in the United States of America, the government functions according to the principles of federalism. The US political system evolved from the philosophy of federalism. So federalism in India describes the distribution of legal authority across the national, state and local governments in India. So it comes under the part 11 of the Indian Constitution that specifies the distribution of legislative, administrative and executive powers between the central government and the state government of India. Between the states of India. Okay, the Government of Indian Act 1935 aimed to establish India as a federal nation, that is a federation of states, or we say union of states. Okay, it emphasized the division of power in the independent and political governors and the governor generals, and introduced the provincial autonomy for the first time in India on 26th January 1950, when India became republic, because it adopted a new constitution, that is a secular constitution. So it distributed the power among the states and local bodies. The central body is most powerful among them. Moving towards the next slide, that is what makes India a federal country. Let us start. India is a federal country because of the following reasons. Number one, there are levels of government: central government, state government, and local government. The Indian Constitution contains 3 lists, which contain subjects in which the union and the state governments may form laws. We call them union list, state list, and concurrent list. First, we are going to discuss the union list. Union list, or we can say it is the list 1 of Indian Constitution, is a list of 100 number items. The last item is number 97, given in the 7th schedule in the Constitution of India, on which Parliament has exclusive power to legislate. So the legislative section is divided into 3 lists. Already we discussed union list, state list, and concurrent list. Unlike the federal governments of United States and Switzerland or Australia, residual powers remain within the union government, as with the Canadian federal government, you know. There are 97 items total, although we discussed 100 number items, but in total you will see 97 items on the list, in which one is no longer in. So next slide in this chapter will be same. So it is the state list. What is state list? State list, or the list 2, is a list of 61 items. Initially, there were 66 items in this list, scheduled 7 to the Constitution of India. This describes if any provision of a law made by the legislature of a state is repugnant to any provision of the law made by the parliament, which parliament is competent to enact, okay, or to any provision of an existing law with respect to one of the matters enumerated in the concurrent list. So then the law made by the parliament, whether passed before or after the law made by the legislature of a state, or as a case may be, the existing law shall prevail. So this means in state list, the laws are confined and enjoyed by the states only. Okay, in previous we discussed the union list. Under the union list, there are defense, currency, foreign affairs, even the naval or air force and other things are mentioned in the union list that have directly the connection between the central government, who are running the governance at the higher level and have the authority over these spheres of political structure of India. So in the state list, there are a lot of things, although we discussed 61 items, among which every state is given it is different spheres of health sector, education sector, okay. And the state has no authority over defense, state has no authority over the currency or foreign affairs, okay. So in this matter, the lawmaking body that is called legislature of that state have higher authority in their own provisions, because we discussed it already. The next is concurrent list, which is enjoyed by the both. So we must not be confused with the concurrent legislative list of the two countries like Malaysia or Pakistan, because they have different type of concurrent list. So Indian concurrent list comes in third list of seventh schedule. In this concurrent list, there are 52 items, though the last is numbered with 47, given in the seventh schedule to the Indian Constitution. Okay, it includes power to be considered by both central and state government. It sometimes there are disputes between states and central government, so these disputes are being sorted out through concurrent list as well. Uniformity is being enjoyed and desirable but not essential on the items of concurrent list, because concurrent list gives provisions for both, uh, that the laws made by the legislature of the state is repugnant to any provision of law made by the parliament. So here we are over. Moving towards the next slide. The next slide is how is federalism practiced. There you see the logo showing the balance of power, because it is very important to have a balance in the power so that the federal structure of a country may continue in a peaceful manner or peaceful order. So federalism, how is practiced? Let us see. In India, federalism is practiced on the, already we have the information about after the independence of 1947, India became independent country but was separated into another two nations like Pakistan and Bangladesh. But we have nothing to discuss here about Pakistan and Bangladesh. Here we discuss the federalism structure of India. So in the creation of states in India was based on the linguistic or even some cultural and social or geographical factors were also kept in mind. So several states and their boundaries were changed, because most probably we know there were 560 plus states at the time of independence in India. So the structure of the states came into force. So the next thing was to introduce the government structure that was federal in nature. So this brings nowadays up to 2019 there are 28 states, although there were 29, but J&K, that is rest of Jammu and Kashmir, was separated into two union territories. Now total union territories are now 9 in India. So there is a kind of a government system that is federalism based on the three-tier government. The center is at top, states at the second, and municipality or panchayats are at the third level of this federal structure of Indian government. Okay, but as such is not being seen in the federal government of United States of America, because they have coming together federal. The next and the last topic will be decentralization in India. Decentralization in rural government in India. From Arthpedia, decentralization can be defined as the transfer or the dispersal of decision-making powers, because decentralizations, as we see, has a great influence on the promotion and the developmental aspects of the political functioning of any country, because it is accompanied by the delegation of required authority to the individuals or the units at all and every level, from state level, central level, and municipality or panchayati level, because it is a level of organization. Even these are located far away from the power states in order to have a smooth functioning of governance. There are two types of federations. One is holding together, another is coming together. Let us discuss the holding together federation. Holding together is the one which are large country decides to divide its power between the constituent states, and the national government, like India, is the biggest country. Almost it is seventh largest country in the world in terms of population. It is second largest, so followed by the holding together federation is followed by Belgium and Spain as well, because it binds every state to the center. In contrary to that, coming together federation involves the independent states that their own will come together in order to form a bigger unit of the country. So by pooling their sovereignty and retaining the identity, they can increase their security in type of federation. So one of the biggest examples is United States of America. Okay, vis-a-vis the federal government they enjoy. At the Indian third level, that is municipality level, there are also three tier levels. Number one is panchayat, that is gram panchayat at village level, followed by the mandal parishad or block samiti or panchayat samiti. It is at the next level, that is block level, and the higher level in the third tier government of India is zilla parishad, that is district level. So it was formalized in 1992 by the 73rd amendment of Indian Constitution. This was all about this chapter, federalism. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. I hope you enjoyed the lecture. Please send us your feedback. Allah Hafiz.